Good morning, YouTube friends. It's Dale from Whatever the Weather May Be. Like I promised you in my last video, I'm going to be doing a few videos up in the studio. Now that the gardening season is pretty much over, all there is cleanup out there to do. My focus on things is going to be working up in the studio, making Christmas presents. Most of my gifts are, well, pretty much all of my gifts are handmade. So to start off with, I thought I would take you along. I'm going to make a Santa Claus, and I get the pattern from this Santa Claus book here. I used to get these every year. They were a yearly publication from Better Homes and Gardens, and I think this one is 1995, this issue. But these books are fantastic if you're into making collectibles or just different things that you can't buy in the store for gifts, or even just for yourself if you want to, if you have a collection of things. These Santa books are wonderful. There's a lot of really nice articles about people's collections. There's stories about, Santa's origin and, all different kinds of things in here. New life for old Santas, what people do when they, to resurrect old Santas. It's some Victorian things in here. There's lots of different things to make. This is what I'm going to be making, this Woodland Santa. And but there's all kinds of things in here to make. And every book, every year, it's like this. This one is stitched. So there's wood, there's cross stitch, there's sewing dolls, there's knitted things. It's a lovely, lovely book. So I got out all my Santa books, all these Santa Claus books, and I have, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 of them for 10 or 15 different years. I think this might have actually been the first year that I have a 93. I think I started collecting them in 93. And yesterday I sat in my chair and I just paged through them to see, because I haven't done this in a long time. I haven't pulled out these books in a long, long time. So I was going through them and I found this Woodland Santa. Now, he's not your typical, jolly man dressed in red type of thing. He's sort of scruffy looking guy. He's sitting on a log and he has a canoe, and he does have a pack of toys, but they're like vintage type toys that are in there in his pack. I don't know if they can really see his toys. Let me see. Oh yeah, here you can. So you see he's more of a vintage looking fellow. He's got a quilt for a jacket, or a vest they call it, and he has fur around here, and he's got some fur around his hood too, you can see. So when I saw this, I thought, I got a bunch of scraps, of recycled scraps actually, from old clothes, old shirts and things like that, and this project would be perfect to use that all up. So I decided I'm going to make this, and I have somebody in mind that I'm going to be giving it to for Christmas, and I'm quite sure she's going to be loving it. And I like it because it's sort of Canadian looking, I guess we're sort of known for our woodlands, our moose and our beavers and things like that. And it's kind of, I don't know, it fits the person who I'm going to be giving it to. So the one thing that I absolutely love about these books is full-size patterns section. You pull them out and the patterns are all there. All you have to do is cut them out. However, I don't cut them out because I tend to lose, if you cut it out, then I don't know what book it belongs to, So I trace the patterns. So I've gone ahead and I've traced all the pieces out that I need. And there's not that many pieces in this pattern, believe it or not. So I'll show you what I'm thinking of doing. So it says for the they call it a vest and the hood, which is sort of like a cape type of thing, but I guess it is a vest, to use an old quilt. And I have this old piece of quilt, crazy quilt, that somebody started, and it's just a little piece really, but it's big enough for this project. So I'm going to make his vest and his hood out of this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it first, and then I'll embellish all the pieces. This was not ever really completed. As you can see, it's got, it's still all sewn, but it's velvet in places. I don't know. I think it'll be perfect for this. So that's going to be his vest and his hood. That's his outer wear. For the pants, I'm thinking I have this plum colored skirt. I'm kind of two minds. Part of me would like to use this, and another part of me would like to use a pair of old blue jeans. I haven't quite decided exactly, but I was thinking the plum would look good with this, like for his overall look, the outside of him. So I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this. Maybe I'll make pants out of jeans and this, and then I'll decide which one is going to be which after a fact. Or maybe I'll make two Santas. Who knows? So his shirt, because he's a rustic guy, I wanted to do like a flannel. And I immediately went for this piece. But I don't think this is the right color for these colors. So I have this piece. I think this might be a little bit better. I don't have a lot of this, so I'm going to have to, this pattern piece is, you fold it two ways, and so you get one piece. I don't quite know how to fold fabric in two ways, so that you cut on the fold twice on both sides. So I think what I might do is use this. This is just an old shirt. There's not much left of it. There's like just the front. Whoops, I'm losing it here. Just a minute. There's just the sleeves and the little front panel. That's it. And I don't think I'm going to have to, if I use this, I'll have to put a seam in the shirt, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. I can do that. So I think I've actually got myself talked into this one and not this one. So I'll put that there and take that away. So that's starting to look kind of nice, I think. These colors are sort of, they're rustic, but they're still kind of nice. So for his face, his body, and all that kind of stuff, it says to use muslin. I don't have muslin, but I do have this really nice quality of heavy fabric. It's a shirt. It's an old shirt as well. And there's enough, the back is, I got the whole back. So there's enough here to make his face, his torso, and then also his legs. What did I do with his legs? I don't know. Oh, they're on the floor. His legs. And I think what I will do with his legs is I will paint his boots on. I don't have any good heavy black fabric, so I think I'm just going to paint this one, paint the boots on. I've done that before with other dolls. And his face, you paint it up to this line, and then you paint on the features, and then you do a stitch where you go back and forth with a needle and some stuffing in the back to pull the nose so it's sort of sticks out. I can't remember what they call that, but anyway. So that's going to be his body. And his mittens, I think if I go with this, which I don't know, the mittens will be this color anyway. And then you need fur for trimming. And my cousin has given me this beautiful old fur coat. And I haven't done anything with it, but this is just a strip from it. So this is, I'm going to cut this up and I'm going to use this for trimming around his feet, not his feet, his legs, I'll show you. And around the hood of his, see here, he's got some fur here. I actually have some of the sheepskin. I could do it this way too, but I might put the fur here around his feet, and then the fur around the top of his hood. Now for his hair and his whiskers and his beard and everything, I have a lovely wool. It's just unspun wool, sheep's wool, and it's sort of gray, so you know he's going to be a little bit more of a mature old fellow. I got lots of it, and this is what I'm going to use to make his hair, his beard, and his whiskers, and it's so nice and soft. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to cut all this out, and then I'll come back and we'll start sewing. I hope you join along and watch me make my Woodland Santa. See you in a bit.